Hello, everyone. I am Sam from My Mortgage Angel, and thank you so much for watching this episode in my series of second income streams. As a mortgage advisor, I often talk to people who can't necessarily borrow the amount of money that they want to because their incomes aren't quite enough. It's not particularly easy to go in and just get a pay rise like that. So, some of my clients explore second income streams or multiple income streams. So I'm just showcasing some wonderful people within my network who might be able to give you some inspiration or ideas in this area. So my guest this evening, the fabulous Vicky Kelly, is a life and business coach. Vicky, I'll let you explain a little bit. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Sam, for that introduction. So, yes, I'm a life and business coach, and I have been in practice for 17 years now, which has gone super fast.
Wow. And I've been in your circle for nearly 10 years now, Vicky, because we
Yeah,
met at a WIBN meeting, which is a common theme through a lot of my webinars. Most of the people I've met have been through some kind of networking.
I
Um,
bet.
second income streams. I know yourself, you're a big fan of multiple income streams. Um, from a coaching perspective, perhaps more rather than an individual opportunity, I think that's where I wanted to talk with you tonight about things that maybe people need to think about or a mindset or I don't really know.
Absolutely. And funny enough, so the first time I ever came across a business that was one of these opportunities, so it was a network marketing business. The very first time I ever heard of that was in business networking, and I was really interested in the business, and I became a customer of the business. But the idea of it being something that I would do was not on my agenda at all because I was very much in the no, I'm a coach. This is what I do. This is the business that I'm running, and it just at that point in my career, it just wasn't on my agenda to explore anything like that. But then after I had my daughter, actually, suddenly my mindset on all these things changed because the dynamics of my life had really changed, and I was in a position where like there were only so many hours that I could work, and I wanted to have the ability to earn more money without having to just put up my fees. That's like I didn't want to just do that all in one go, and that'd be the only way that I could possibly earn any more money. So suddenly I got a bit curious about these other opportunities that I had seen before and had seen multiple times over the years. And what what really jumps out to me is how many people do this. Like I think it's something like a third of the adult population in the UK have more than one income source. So when you think about all the landlords who are out there, all the people who are doing like delivery driving on the side, or maybe they're like taxi drivers at the weekend, all these network marketing businesses, people who are, in the fire brigade, but they are also a tattoo artist or something. There are so many people in the UK who do more than one thing. So I think that's really important to share that first of all, because it's not the taboo that I think sometimes people that it is. It's almost like, oh, if I'm doing something else as well as what I like is my main source of income, then that in some way makes me like not successful or lesser than or something like that. But no, it's huge. There are so many people who are doing it. And yeah, largely because there's a need for additional income. For some people, it's they don't want to be completely reliant on their main source of income. And for others, including myself, actually like they're just kind of curious and they just want to explore. Like, I wonder what would happen if I did this. What can I do this? And it's just that there's an interest there as well.
But then, what would your advice be to people who are considering this? Maybe I've spoken to them and said, "Have you thought about it?" Where do they find what the opportunity is for them?
So the chances are they probably know somebody who is doing something on the side. So they might be able to start within their own network and just, say to people, I'm thinking about looking for a secondary source of income. Do you know anybody who's doing any kind of side hustle? So there may be somebody that they know who might have been waiting for the opportunity to go, oh yes, I do this. Let me tell you all about it. Excuse me. I personally am I'm quite happy to have a little chat with anyone who is who's thinking about doing it, but they don't know where to start. I'm personally involved in sort of semi involved in 2 to 3 other opportunities alongside my coaching business because one is a product that I absolutely love and I'm really passionate about. So when the opportunity comes up, I'll talk to people about it. Another is a service that I've been a customer of for many years. So why would I not share that knowledge with people? And another one is it is more about being part of a community of people who are looking to support one another in growing business. So for me, that more calls to my desire to like mentor and support people. So I'd be more than happy to have a chat with somebody who's looking into it, and I can chat with them about what I do, and they can see if that's anything that would be of interest to them. But also, if any of that isn't of interest, then they might sort of start to get a feeling for what would, because what to me feels really important is that anything that you do, it has to feel aligned with you and like your personal values. If it doesn't, then doing it will feel like a chore. Doing it will feel like hard work and you won't want to do it and you'll resent it. Whereas if it does align with your personal values, then you'll be quite excited to do it and you'll enjoy it and you'll want to talk to people about what you're doing and you're much more likely to be successful with it. So yeah, it feeling aligned, I think, is a really important part of it.
So it sounds like more of a hobby with benefits in that you get paid at the end of it. If it's something that's truly aligned with what you do, perhaps that's the way that someone could be thinking about these things.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of side hustles do start off like that, actually. So, yeah, some people start second businesses because they've just got an interest in something, and then they start exploring whether it's something that they can do and actually charge money for and make money for. So, yeah, absolutely. That can be like that. And then if it was something like a, say, network marketing opportunity, that can very much feel like a hobby alongside what you're doing. Although for some people, they do so well at it that they end up deciding to actually replace their main income with what they're doing there, and they enjoy it. They're doing well at it. It's much more part-time than what they've been doing. So actually they get freedom through pursuing this opportunity and making something of it as well. So yeah, it can start as a hobby, but it can become like a passion and then a lifestyle and then yeah, and then end up being the thing.
Yeah, wow. So I was going to say, and this is really off script here, Vicky, being a mum and running your own business and then having kind of 3 side hustles, how do you balance? How do you juggle everything?
So I do it in the way that I work it is very intuitive. So I very much listen to what I'm feeling drawn to do on a daily basis. So my coaching business is always the priority, and so that's always like front and center of my mindset of there's something to do around this. But I also do check in with my intuition and just see like is there something else that I want to be doing at the moment? Do I want to be active? Do I want to be actively promoting something, or do I want it to be more organic? And and not so much I'm waiting for it to happen, but I'm just noticing opportunities, and then I'm having conversations when it's the right time and when it's appropriate. And so I'm more down that route at the moment, where I'm more intuitive um, and I feel into what's right for me. I have done it in a slightly different way before, where I've been a bit more um, prescriptive about what I'm doing, and I've given myself like a dedicated period of time per day that I'm going to spend on the side hustle. And for a while, that felt like the right thing to do. And then once I'd got to a sort of certain point with it, I it sort of had grown its own legs, and then I could leave it for a while and then focus my attention more on the coaching and then just dip in and out when it suits me.
So it sounds like there aren't really any hard sales targets or any real pressure coming from any angle, and you can just fit this in with your life when it feels right for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely the only way that I would do anything like this, like sales targets is it's sort of like my nemesis. I think it's not really my thing. So if I was looking at an opportunity and it's like, oh well, you've got to do this many times a week or this many times a month, I'd be like, no, that just doesn't appeal to me at all. But some people are really driven by that. So just because an opportunity like that wouldn't appeal to me doesn't mean that there's something wrong with that opportunity. That it's just not a fit for my personality type. So yeah, if there's somebody else who would be driven by those kinds of things, then there are ones with targets, or indeed they can set their own targets for themselves. They could go, yeah, I want to do X, Y, Z per week, per month, whatever it may be.
And possibly it's finding your own kind of people. I think if you're driven by targets, you're likely to resonate with other people that do that, and you're likely to find yourself in a team, even in one of the hustles that you do, that let's call them hustles, like the
Yeah,
income streams that you do. I can see that there would be kind of pockets of people that would kind of naturally gravitate together. So you might actually all be working on the same thing, but somebody who's more motivated by sales targets might be working in that team, and then somebody else would be working it. And so I think there's probably space for lots of people within the same organisations as well. So
yeah,
just because one
definitely.
person says this is how this works for me doesn't necessarily mean that's how it would work for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things that I'm really keen on actually is with when I am bringing somebody into these opportunities with me, is that I'll share with them the way that I do it, but I'll also introduce them to other people who have a very different take on it than me, so that they get they can kind of like feel into the different ways of doing things and find out what sort of really resonates with them and how they want to do it.
And I think that's what it has drawn me towards you as a coach, go back to me again.
Yeah.
But I do really love the way that you work, and it's always you're always just kind of holding that space for how I need to develop rather than Sam, you need to do ABC. It's much more holistic than that.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably always going to resonate through everything you do because that's who you are fundamentally.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's no one size fits all, is there? I'm sure that all of us can resonate with the experience of being told, like, oh, this is how you do it, and this is what will work, and you try it and it doesn't work for you. So it may well work for loads of other people, but that particular thing doesn't work for you. So once you've had that experience once, you can kind of like just start to see through some things and go, right, now, okay, I need to find the way that works for me. Like there is a way, but it's not necessarily the way that's being prescribed. So yeah, that's a big part of, yeah.
Well, lovely to chat with you, Vicky. Thank you so much for giving up your time this evening. And just
Pleasure.
for the records, we're recording this on a very dull and dreary um, Tuesday evening, Monday evening. It's Monday, isn't it?
Monday. Yes, Monday. That's a really
Monday.
good.
It's Monday, the 2nd of February. And
Yeah.
already, I don't know what day of the week it is. It's been so busy.
Midwinter.
Midwinter, yes, absolutely. But I'm bringing some sunshine today. So, yeah,
Yeah.
hope this resonates with whoever's watching this today. So, thank you for your
Yeah.
time, Vicky. Thank
No
you for watching
problem.
the video. Please like, share, and subscribe with this because there's probably somebody that you know in your network that probably needs to see this or already does something that might interest you. So,
Yeah. And
please
if
watch the
anyone
next
wants
video.
to, yeah, if anyone wants to reach out for a chat, like please do. I'm sure there'll be some contact details shared somewhere, but please get in
Definitely.
touch. And yeah, I've been more than happy to have a little chat with you about what you're looking to do.
Great. Excellent. Thank you so much, Vicky, and enjoy the rest of your dull Monday evening.
Thank you. And you, Sam.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.